Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. I'm Philbert D, and I'm still doing this bit. This is Phil on Films. This week, we're talking about Shazam and Pet Sematary.
Daily Bats, I choose you as champion. Say my name so my powers will become yours. Shazam.
Wait, for real?
Say okay!
Asher Angel is Billy Batson, a 14-year-old foster kid in Philadelphia who gets into plenty of trouble as he searches for his birth mother. Then, while riding the train one day, he is magically transported to the Rock of Eternity, the lair of an ancient wizard. He is told that the 7 deadly sins have escaped and that Billy is to become the wizard's champion to protect the world from their influence. When Billy says the magic word, he becomes a full-grown man played by Zachary Levi with incredible powers.
This means Billy!
What is happening?
You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
Can I?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
The films of the infant DC extended universe have gotten flack for not being very fun. They're these grim and gritty tales about superheroes that are quick to resort to violence and just are generally being dicks to each other. The last few films have given us a course correction, and we arrive in Shazam in a much better place than we've ever been. Like almost every other superhero tentpole, Shazam is probably a little too long, and the VFX-driven action can get incoherent. But there's a lightness to this movie that makes up for a lot of that.
Try to believe that you can fly. Belief is the key. Did you believe?
Yeah! It feels unburdened by the need to be cool, committing to the cheesier aspects of a character and allowing itself to indulge in just big, goofy fun. A lot of this movie is just the comedy of having a superpowered adult with the mind of a kid, fully enjoying the advantages of that situation. And then it goes on to make superheroics look joyful. It's less about the burden or these abstract ideas about justice or angst over those ideas, just more about the wonder and the satisfaction of doing some good.
Freeman, I'm gonna come over there and beat you.
So yeah, it's fun. It's gonna be interesting to see how this eventually integrates into the larger universe. With any luck, Shazam is going to bring fun and joy to Superman and company and won't be the one made to adjust. 4 stars.
Dude, did you see that?
Yeah, you electrocuted a bus and almost killed these people.
I remember my birthday party. Church was out on the road. And everything went black.
Based on the Stephen King novel, Jason Clarke plays Lewis, a doctor who has moved his family from Boston to the sleepy country town of Ludlow, Maine. Back in the woods near his property, there is a little cemetery where the townsfolk bury their pets. But that cemetery hides a deeper supernatural secret, a secret that consumes Lewis and his family as they encounter a terrible tragedy. The movie makes some changes to the story but keeps the overall structure. And that structure kind of becomes an issue for the movie. It can be really difficult to adapt a novel because the rhythm of prose is completely different. Here, they streamline a lot of the first half, but it still ends up feeling a little slow and repetitive. It's clear early on where we're heading, but it's just taking a long time to get there.
The local tribes carved them before they fled.
Fled.
Yeah, they knew the power of that place. They felt its pull. The ground was bad, but there is something up there. Something that brings things back.
But that second half is really strong. Once things start rolling, the movie is able to deliver some really effective horror and powerful psychological drama. The biggest change that the film makes really pays off here, giving it an opportunity to explore more challenging themes, even as things play out mostly the same.
Just tell me what you're talking about.
It was my fault she died. I had to bring her back.
There's a place rage deep in the woods, beyond the pet cemetery.
The film has some classic appeal, a lot of it recalling the horror movies of the late 70s.
Something that dates way back. Those woods belong to something else.
I will say though that its proximity to us makes it feel a little dusty, which brings us to our surprise review of Us.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
Gabe and Adelaide Wilson, played by Winston Duke and Lupita Nyong'o, have taken their 2 kids out to a beach house for summer vacation. On their first night there, they encounter some strange visitors, a family all dressed in red jumpsuits that look exactly like them, and soon becomes clear that they have sinister intentions.
What are you people?
It's us.
For a good chunk of the runtime, Us is just a terrifyingly effective home invasion movie. The invaders arrive seemingly out of nowhere, recognizably human in form but utterly alien in behavior. They're captivatingly strange, the threat of something otherworldly implicit in their presence. There's some really smart horror filmmaking at play here, but the real key is Lupita Nyong'o, who is absolutely astounding in dual roles. Seriously, this movie is worth seeing for her performance alone. Things get iffier in the back half when the film starts explaining itself. I generally don't think it's a good thing when a horror movie starts explaining too much, since what's left unsaid is often such a big part of the lasting power of the genre. There's a big info dump in the third act, and while it presents interesting concepts that point to concerns relevant to the present situation of America, it feels a little clunky. Having said that, as undercooked as the themes may feel at times, the value of the attempt to wrestle with complex present issues really comes into sharp focus after having seen Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary largely holds up, but it does suffer in comparison. Both movies are about families in remote locations encountering some sort of hidden American darkness. King's story is great, but the source of its horror feels old and distant, leaning into nativist fears. As messy as Us gets, it's just more of the now. It looks to the past, but it isn't the past itself. Us gets 4 stars from me, and Pet Sematary gets 3.5.
Sometimes dead is better.
So thanks for joining us. I'm just gonna remind you that Sinag Maynila is happening right now, and if you have the time, you should go check it out. We're gonna try to do a video on it, but no promises because it's really hard to schedule a shoot and we're all busy. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, do all the internet things, and until next time, goodbye internet. I don't care about sex tapes. It feels a little clunky.
That's long enough. That's long enough. I'm gonna have to walk out.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay.
Ready.